All right, this is a shed my son built for me. This replaced the old garden shed that I had, and this is 2 foot longer, same width. We did move it over a little farther away, about a foot away from the fence. You need a little more room from going through the fence. This one's nice. It's got the security camera, got the door locks on it, deadbolts, got the deadbolts in it to keep the doors from going in and out. It's all clad in vinyl or aluminum, and the walls are all 2x4 16s, and the rafters are 2x6 by 16s, and they're stout. The plywood's 1/2 inch chipboard all the way around it, and then it's been wrapped with a Tyvek to keep the moisture out of it. It comes in with a nice fence going to town there, and underneath there I think we got 12 pillars going across there, 3x4. They're all dug down 2 feet below grade, so the bottoms of them are at least 2 feet. Added some little slide racks for some siding, aluminum soffit material, and then some siding. These just kind of slide in and out, and they're just kind of stored in there. Also added a ladder rack. It's a 12-footer. It just slides in there, slides out, so it makes it get easy getting stuff out. And we'll put skirting around this here one of these days, but the parts that show, the backside we'll leave open just so I can get to it. This side I probably won't put anything on it, but the other two sides, or at least the other side over there, I probably will. But anyway, it's got a nice 1 foot overhang all the way around it, and encased. Came out really square, came out really nice. And let's go have a look at it on the inside, see what she looks like. I did raise this up a little higher off the ground, moved it away from the concrete a little bit, used treated on the edges because the other shed had some rot in different places. So whatever I could figure out with rot, I tried to do away with that. Let's go open the door and have a look inside. All right, when you come in the door, I got a little over 6 foot door opening, and it's about 6 foot tall, a little over 6 foot. And these knobs, they pull the lever so that you can get the doors to come in without getting off the ramp, which is a nice feature. Then I have the deadbolts at the bottom and the top, so they engage the doors and keep them in straight. Put the shelving right above my head level, so I can't hit my head in this unless I just get underneath it and jump straight up, then I'll hit it. But just walking around, I'm not going to hit it. And that made me shelving all the way around it, except for where the door's at. And it gave me a lot of shelving to get up off the floor with. And then below that, I hung my ladders, of course, and put lots of storage in the walls. Put my sawhorses and hung them up off stuff. Put a lot of the stuff that, you know, that you go hunting for that was all spread on the floor. Put it up inside the walls and put little keepers to keep it up in there. Wrought iron and some different things. I got some square blocks there I need to turn into. And there's some more sawhorses and ladders going around, and pipe and different things. And of course my storage, I took all that, got it up. And then framing is, you know, 16-inch on centers, or yeah, 16-inch, and it came out really nice. 2x6 joists, 2x6 rafters, very good. And this is all made out of 2x4. So I built this one for stout, and of course put some storage in the walls, little keepers to keep the stuff in there, and that kind of thing. And a lot of the stuff that I use, you know, get through there and get it in. This is a kiln. All right, here it's a 6 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot box on the inside, and this is designed to unscrew these real quickly. Just unscrew them. They hang by these pegs. There's a peg over on that side as well. And so that lines it up, and then you just run the screws in. I've had this door off 15 times, and it's still tight. Put it back on, it just runs it in whenever they get too worn out. And the only time I really open it up is to load it with wood or unload it with wood. So stuff can sit in there for quite a while. And inside, don't have any wood in here, but inside there's 2 box fans in there. And then the dehumidifier, and then a little DuraHeat. It'll get it up to 140 degrees in here, and it does it pretty good. Get 140 probably in 45 minutes inside here with nothing in it. Then of course when you get wood in there, you got to heat up all your wood in the core to get it to 140. Supposed to leave that set for 3 hours on the core to kill bugs. So I think it's 133 degrees, but I just max it at 140 and goes on to bound around it. But anyway, so this door here just comes off and you can easily access that and get inside it. And that's just 1-inch foam. And it does a good job of keeping the heat in. And the dehumidifier drains outside, so I can catch how much water comes off it. It's controlled by a box that controls the heat. This is a relay that switches the heater on, because the heater would burn this one out because it's only 1100 watts and heater is 1500 watts. So got it behind a little furnace contactor or air conditioner contactor. Goes around. And I put a couple shelves in here for some of my tools that I'll use, and they constantly sit in there, and then, you know, some of the table saws and different things. But got a lot of my stuff up off the ground and just stored it in the walls. I spent like 2 days out here taking my stuff and hanging it up off the walls and getting it up to where I wasn't walking on it. And I've still got a few things I need to take care of, that getting it to where the stuff, you know, stays put. And some places I tried to cut the angles off of it so I didn't bang my head on it and the sharp points. Did all that, and then also put a little electricity in here. I had already had the other one, it was wired, and I just basically put a little bit less than what I had in there in the before. So anyway, that's going good. And put a little electricity. It has 220 that comes out here, and so I split the 2 circuits in half. And those right there are your 2 circuits, so they're coming in and going to town there. So and then I made this where this comes off, pops off there and stores in the wall, so I'm not using it. I've been using it quite a bit, so I'm just basically hanging it out and that kind of thing. And some of the things that I need more often than that, they're out here a little more available. Of course, this is my good old lumber, and right now this is what I have on hand, and that's walnut and cedar and oak. And then I have some oak at the front of the house that I need to resaw down, and when it's done with that, it'll probably be a stack almost that big right there once it's, you know, stickered and dried. These have all been dried and kiln dried. They're ready to go, so they're, you know, good to go and that kind of thing. Then I put me a hang down rack up here at the top for the longer stuff, 8-foot stuff, and that kind of thing. And like I said, I don't generally do much work out here other than this is for storage. I do a little bit because I was getting that set up for that, but most of my woodworking's done in my shop. This is just a garden shop, so the old lawnmower, get it in there. But anyway, came out really good. I'm very pleased with it. Very solid. There's really nothing in here I would change, other than you know, you can always go bigger, but the building codes here were pretty much locked down, so I stayed within my limits of my building codes and went with that. And that basically is a kiln out of the old shed. We just cut it out and then slid it in with the 2x4s in the walls and the whole works in there. So in some of those inner walls, they have regular wall studs in them and that kind of thing. So it just slipped in there and it slips out. So if you ever needed it for storage or weren't doing kiln, you could easily take that out there and have a little more room. So anyway, going down there, really pleased with stuff. I don't know why I keep inheriting gas cans, but I do, so there you go. And pay no attention to the propane cans. They're stored on the edge like that, laying over. You're not supposed to store them like that, but they're empty. They don't have anything in them, so they're just a couple of extras that I have, so nothing in them. Otherwise, I'd store them vertical. So just to keep you on straight and narrow. And there we go. We're ready to go. Let's go back inside and put some stain on some stuff and get her going.